This is The Joe Gaither Show on BamaCentral.com.
Good morning, Tuscaloosa. Good morning, Tuscaloosa, Internet world. How we doing today on a rainy Thanksgiving week Tuesday right here in West Alabama? Hope you and yours are doing well. Thank y'all for joining us today on the BamaCentral YouTube channel right here live from the Derek Daniel State Farm Studios. We're on the BamaCentral Facebook page. You're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, Amazon, Spotify. Wherever you get your podcasts, you can get the Joe Gaither Show on BamaCentral. Looking forward to hanging out and having a lot of fun with you guys today right here inside the Derek Daniel State Farm Studios. Call Derek for all your insurance needs at 205-758-3391. Like a good neighbor, Derek Daniel is there. He can help you out with your home, your life, your auto insurance needs, everything you need in the insurance realm. Derek can point you to the right guy. You need a local agent who knows your name, knows where your home is, knows what road you're on if you're having any trouble. So call Derek Daniel at 205-758-3391. We are here with our man, Mason Woods. He's getting settled in. We'll bring him in just a second, but we want to also remind you and thank Purple Turtle Roofing for sponsoring the program. We'll have Brax Garrison join us tomorrow to talk about the rushing attack and the Iron Bowl and really get us going for football for the rest of the week with Brax Garrison and Purple Turtle Roofing. Call Purple Turtle Roofing for all of your roofing needs. You need to make sure that you have a safe place for Santa to land on, month from now, roughly a month from today. So next month, Santa's landing on your roof. You need to make sure that it is ready. Make sure it's sturdy. Make sure it's in good condition. Call Purple Turtle Roofing at 877-787-6635 today. They'll come check out your roof, check out your landing zone. Make sure that Santa's got plenty of room, got plenty of support. Call them. They specialize in residential roofing, commercial roofing, emergency storm repairs, full-on roof replacements, and insurance claims support. With the rain today, we want to encourage you to make sure you have Purple Turtle Roofing's number right there handy, 877-787-6635. We got our man Mason Woods in the building today. Call Mason, or find Mason, excuse me, don't call him. Find Mason, leave him a comment at MA_Woods on the Twitter machine. You can call Mason if you want to on our voicemail line.
There we go.
At 205-462-7340. If you want to chat with Mason, he would love to listen to you right there. But Mason Woods covering all things recruiting for the Walsh Riding Network, covering lots of state championships this week for a bunch of Alabama recruits. But Alabama losing a commitment last night. Mason Woods was all over it for BamaCentral.com. Mason, good morning. How was your weekend? How are we feeling? And we can get into Sam Utu if you want to.
Weekend was good. Went back home, saw some family, ate some good Thanksgiving food. My mom likes to do it the weekend before to make sure everybody can be there. And then we also have football to watch and everything. And it's it's a nice day.
Yeah.
So that
ham
was great.
Or turkey guy or both?
Both. Yeah. I got to go both. My mom made a very nice turkey and a really good ham. A lot of good food. I really had a good time. Took me home with some good leftovers. Still going through some. So
love you, Mom. Appreciate you.
Yeah, it was great. But yeah, really good weekend. Did have a little bit of car trouble. Had to get a couple new tires put on the car. That wasn't quite fun, but it's okay. Everything's all good now. Got to go get an alignment today, so we'll get that. We'll get everything straightened away, and we'll be good to go. Yeah, I'm feeling good. We can talk about Samu too.
Man, why don't we? Easy topic just to knock out 2 minutes right there.
Not shocked. I guess I'll start with that. Not exactly shocked to see this. For anyone that's kind of been following, he is not a guy that has been on campus really this season at all. His last visit, his only visit, as far as I know, was in June of this year. That was his official visit. He committed like 2 or 3 days later. And then since then, it's kind of been radio silence from Sam Utu. So I think the writing on the wall was there. I think this is something that as we get closer, as we are getting closer to the early signing period, it's not necessarily surprising to see this finally happen. A loss nonetheless for Alabama. 6'4", 320-pound offensive line prospect, really good 4-star. Out of Orange Lutheran there in California, good player. I'm not quite sure where he will end up. He had offers from a lot of the big Power 5 schools, a lot of big, SEC schools, Big Ten, so on and so forth. So we will have to see what happens. Alabama still has I think you're still looking good in the offensive line room. You've got 3 commits in the class, and then obviously you've got the freshmen that are there currently. That was a really good group last year. So I think you're looking okay moving forward.
Yeah, I really liked his technique. I thought he played with really good pad level for a high schooler. But look, you move on. I'm not really sure that. Look, there are some high school. There are a few high school players that are worth fretting over. And Sam, this is no disrespect to you, sir. Honestly, I think you might have a great career.
Yeah.
You might be a great offensive lineman for whatever school you end up choosing. Hope that you do choose the school that's right for you. But from an analytical standpoint and following this Alabama coaching staff and their recruiting evaluations, I'm sure that they're going to pivot just fine.
I think that there's a chance, and again, don't have any knowledge to this, just kind of following the trends that I have seen with the way they have tried to recruit this year, seemingly. I think there's maybe a chance that Sam Mutu didn't quite fit the mold they were looking for, maybe a little bit bigger than they're looking for. You've got Jared Dowdy at 6'5", 300 pounds. You've got Chris Booker at 6'4", 285, and you've got the third, and of course now I'm blanking on his name.
Bear Fretwell,
yeah,
right?
Bear Fretwell, right? And again, he's huge. He's like 6'6", but he's right in that like 300-pound range. So it's seeming like maybe they are shifting away from, hey, let's get these linemen as big as we possibly can. Caden Proctor, Cam Dewberry, so on and so forth. And maybe they are moving towards more athletic guys. I mean, I think we definitely saw that with last year's class with a guy like Jackson Lloyd. So maybe that's just kind of the trend that they're moving toward now. And it was more of a mutual parting of ways than we initially thought.
Sure, absolutely. Well, we want to wish Sam Mutu, regardless where he lands, all the success in the world. We'll have a tier, not many tiers, but a tier over losing a commitment.
Yeah.
And we will, in DeBoer, we trust. Let him pivot. Let him, Courtney Morgan, and the crew, all the recruiting crew, pivot and bring in the linemen that they want. And it'll work out just fine.
Yeah, I think
it's all good.
Yeah, like I said, you're looking fine. Still got 22 commits in the class, 23 if you count Eli Deutsch, the long snapper.
Deutsch!
Not necessarily not necessarily a scholarship player, I guess. Well, I guess now he is, but you know what I'm saying. So yeah, Alabama is fine. No need to be really concerned at all. You know, I posted on Facebook last night in a few Bama groups about this, and you immediately see all the comments. You know, oh, this is because he knows DeBoer is not a winner, and it's. I'm not really sure that it's exactly that. I don't think this is any indicator of the state of the program or anything like that.
9-9 is 18-5 over 2 years, almost 2 years. I think that's a pretty nice little winning so far.
I think you're looking okay. This is, look, I know Ohio State and Indiana are looking pretty good this year, but I don't think this. I think this is college football now.
Yeah, so we'll keep moving on. We'll stay with high school guys. We'll get into Mason's thoughts on the Eastern Illinois game. What he thought about the rushing attack and maybe Ty Simpson's play. We'll spin towards Jeremy Bernard's Iron Bowl comments. If you guys want to talk about that, you can hit us in the comment section. We'll spin to last night's Gonzaga game as well, and tonight's UNLV game. How many cups of coffee will it take to stay up till 11 o'clock to watch an 11 o'clock game that'll end at 1 a.m. roughly? Probably. We'll get into all that, but there's still another high school topic. Xavier Griffin got on the wrong end of some powers that be.
Yeah, that's probably the nicest way you could put
it.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not trying to really slam the Georgia High School Athletic Bureau or whatever their acronym is. But I think that Xavier Griffin got screwed pretty hard. Gainesville High School is in the semifinals, right?
I believe that. Yeah, they are in the state semifinal. let me see if I can get that bracket.
Right. Yeah, I believe they're in the state semifinals as Mason looks at that. And in the quarterfinals, they played a pretty highly contested game. And I believe the game was called off early. I think Gainesville High School was whipping them pretty decently, and there was a fight in the latter parts of the game. The other team that Gainesville was playing, Xavier Griffin's team was playing, and Jamarian Matthews, right? Jamarian Matthews is on this team as well. We need to find out if Jamarian Matthews is one of these 39 players. I'm sure he is, because they were on defense when this happened. The other teams on the field, one of the wide receiver types, running back types, is in the secondary, in the second level of the defense after the play, and he's jawing at a defensive back and rips off a helmet from one of the Gainesville High School fellows, then rips off a second helmet and starts just swinging, and there becomes a brawl action right there in the middle of the field. And looked to me like Xavier Griffin was not involved, and particularly not involved in the start of any of this. Like not involved in it, but you got kind of teams meeting in the middle, and ultimately Gainesville High School has 39 players suspended for this week's semifinal game. Xavier Griffin being one of them, I think, just because you're on the field at that time. Josh Niblett was pretty hot. Yes, irate. Pretty hot with some reporters this week. And not at the reporter, but basically at the situation. He's like, hey, man, if your brother, your sister's getting attacked out there and, there's something bad happening, you're going to jump out there and help them. Like, Mason, if Mason and I are out, which is like once every 6 months, but we go out sometimes. And if somebody bumps into Mason and, somebody swings on Mason, I'm sorry. Like, I'm just jumping in right there.
Yeah.
It's just part of what it is. It's not a situation I want to be in. It's not a situation he wants to be in, but that's just what happens. And it looks like the Gainesville High School guys jumped in to help their teammate because their teammate was getting beat.
Look,
like, it was way over the line.
There is a very clear video of basically the entire altercation. It's maybe a minute long. You can find it on Twitter if you literally just look up Gainesville brawl. It'll be the first result you find. And someone is standing there, sideline view with their phone, filming the entire thing. And like you kind of described, a running back, wide receiver, not exactly a skill position player, running kind of up the seam there, up the middle of the field. Cornerback, safety trailing him. They're jawing at each other, and next thing you know, the player not on Gainesville, the Langston, is it Langston County? The Langston Hughes player yanks the helmet off the Gainesville guy, and then they start shoving back and forth. Gainesville players, the players that were on the field are trying to pull their guys back. It's pretty obvious that like the other school is the initiator here. And then, like, off screen out of nowhere, here comes big number 77 for Langston Hughes and just plows through like 2 or 3 guys for Gainesville. And that's what really erupts the entire situation. Bench is clear at that point. Players are running onto the field. But, like, there is very obvious video evidence that I think will support hopefully the appeal from Gainesville High School here. I saw this morning that they appealed, so we will have to see. I think that game, the next game they're scheduled to play is going to be, I want to say, the 28th. It'll be 28th. So we will have to see.
They were up 42-0. This was at 1:57 left in the third quarter. I believe the game was called off after the.
It was Brunswick, not Langston Hughes. Brunswick. Langston Hughes is who they will play. Regardless. They appealed. We will have to see what happens with that appeal. I think it's abhorrent to suspend 39 football players at the high school level for something like this because, one, why are we like? I don't know. It's just like you see the entire thing. You see the way it unfolds. They had time to look for these videos. Like, they have been out for days at this point. That decision came well after these videos were out. So it's just ridiculous. Like you said, I think this is a case of the powers that be maybe not being happy with some things that Gainesville has done, whatever it is. Like, it's insane to punish the kids for this when they really didn't have anything to do with it.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's your natural reaction to defend. Hey, that's my man Billy.
Yeah, man.
We're in math class together.
It's crazy. It's just ridiculous.
I've known Billy since middle school.
2 players getting into a fight, I get it. You suspend them, but like, we've got the entire teams from both of these squads getting out onto the field. At that point, it's got to just be, you can't suspend the entire team. It's insane.
So we'll see what happens with hopefully Xavier Griffin and Jamarian Matthews both get to play their semifinal games this weekend.
Have not been able to find confirmation on whether Jamarian was suspended. But like you said, I have to imagine he was.
Right. It was the start. Basically, the defense that was on the field at the time. And if you're suspending 39 players, you're very likely hitting a lot of your starters.
Yeah, I don't know what the actual roster number is for Gainesville. It doesn't have it on their Max Preps page, but 39 has to be over half of that roster.
Golly, just a crazy situation. So hopefully Xavier Griffin and Jamarian Matthews can get that sorted out and continue their quest to win a state title over there in Georgia. So that's really kind of a small recruiting tidbits. Go ahead.
12 Alabama commits currently in competition to win a state title.
Yes, we recruit winners.
Between the 26 and 27, I was running, just counting it up last night.
DeBoer likes
12.
3 stars. 3-star DeBoer.
He likes winners.
Man.
Difference makers.
Bring them into the team because, we know what it's like to win at a high level. We know what it's like to win in crunch time. I'm excited to see how all those guys finish up their seasons. And if you want to find more and listen more, you can see it on BamaCentral.com. Mason Woods will keep up with most of the action, pretty much all the action, as the guys continue and finish up their season. With the early signing date approaching, I need to reach out to all of them and see who wants to come on before they go behind the Iron Curtain and enroll early to kind of catch up with them again. That might be a mission for me to handle today. All right, Mason, let's start football, then we'll go basketball because we can go double basketball topics with Gonzaga and UNLV back-to-back. But football, Alabama, we talked about it yesterday with Hunter Siver. You can listen to about 40 minutes of football conversation on the Eastern Illinois game against the Panthers. Obviously, you're with your family. It's Cupcake Weekend, so I'm not going to hold you to like minute-by-minute analysis. But what's your overall thoughts about Alabama's victory this past Saturday?
Not overly impressed. I don't know. You broke some long runs, but it wasn't like it wasn't consistent dominance on the ground or anything like that. You were still getting a lot of runs that went for 1-2 yards, even no yards. Ty looked bad. Just objectively speaking, he was not good. I know he didn't play a ton in this game, but the 2 interceptions and one of them,
28-0. Why are you worried about it, Joe Mason? That's what I got on Twitter. Well, we're up 28-0.
Well, all right, we'll see. We'll see in Jordan Hare next week how your attitude changes, my friend.
Keep going.
Yeah, I think this team is trending downward. You won 56-0, sure, whatever. It was Eastern Illinois. You were going to win this game by a large amount of points, no matter how you played. But this team is trending downward. This team is trending downward at the worst possible time of the year. I think Ty has regressed. Maybe not regressed, but he is playing his worst ball of the season in the last 3, 4, 5 weeks. I don't think it's bad enough that you're going to turn to somebody else in the Iron Bowl because that's a ridiculous situation to throw Austin Mack or Keelan Russell into. But I don't believe that Ty is a guy that can go win you a football game right now.
Yeah, I'm with you right there. I mean, obviously, if Ryan Williams catches his touchdown pass that was in his hands, that would have been a better mark on his stat line. But I agree with you, and that was really my take after watching Ty his first half. I thought, oh man, not sharp against scrubs. Yeah. And sorry, Eastern Illinois, but that's what
you're sharp,
right? I mean, we took you back yesterday on the show against ULM. You were 17 of 17. You were razor sharp, and so obviously, I know we're up 28-0. It's not that big of a deal because you're going to win the game. But projecting forward, I'm with you. I thought that what I said yesterday is I feel like his internal clock has been knocked off.
Something, yeah. It seems like that certainly seems like it could be the issue. I mean, it just looks like the timing is off. He's missing so many. He's not making so many bad throws that guys are unable to catch things, but he is not putting his receivers in opportune situations to get yards after the catch, to make people miss in the open field. He's making them come back for balls. He's making them turn around and catch things behind their back. It's just, like you said, it doesn't look sharp.
So we'll see what he does this Saturday against a better defense than Eastern Illinois. We'll go to the other narrative. Everybody online, well, Bama heard the committee about rushing yards, and you went for 260. Nice. And you had 8 touchdowns on the ground. You already gave just a minute or so on a couple big runs, but not consistent. Did Alabama fix the running game on Saturday?
No. Come on, people. What? We knew this. We knew this was going to happen.
62 yards for Jam Miller, bro.
Okay. How many of those? Look, I didn't watch every single one of those 11 carries. His longest was 24. How many of those were 1 or 2 yards?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of his 11 carries were 2 yards or fewer.
Bingo. This run game continues to be terrible. You couldn't even block Eastern Illinois effectively. You got lucky because, once again, you were always going to win this game by a massive amount of points because you were just bigger, stronger, and faster than the other guys you're playing against. You're not more skilled necessarily, but you're bigger, stronger, and faster. This team is you're going to go. This team is going into Jordan Hare and losing.
That's what I'm feeling too. I was in my was in my group chat yesterday, and they were talking about playoff scenarios, and I was like, well, it doesn't matter if Alabama loses this weekend. And some people were like, Joe, you don't really believe that. I'm like, dude, I wouldn't say this if I didn't think it was somewhat possible.
Yeah.
I know Dax has texted me on the side saying he's feeling strangely confident. Strangely confident does seem to be the vibe. You see Jeremy Bernard.
Confidence is certainly strange if we're talking about this team.
Jeremy Bernard on Next Round Live basically saying, paraphrase, but basically paraphrase it, saying, why can't we go in there and blow them out like we did, like we beat them last year?
Run me over with a car. What are we doing? If I'm a college football coach, I'm putting an iron curtain around my team. No one is speaking to the media. I don't care. I don't care what podcast deal you get. I don't care who's paying. You're not talking to anyone because clearly we have not learned. That's the worst possible thing you could say.
Oh, is 28-14 blowing them out?
No, it is not.
Like on no points in the fourth quarter. You're up 14-6 at halftime. Is that really blowing them out, Jeremy? Like, I mean, I'm happy we about won last year, but come on, man. Is that really like, okay, you got up 28-6. All right.
They are going to play that video when they beat you at home next Saturday.
Right.
It's going to be on that Jumbotron, Jeremy. Why did you do this?
You got up 14-6 at halftime. You scored 2 touchdowns in the third quarter. You're up 28-6. Nobody scored in the fourth. They answered your score in the third. So you ended 28-14. 14-point spread. Is that blowing? I'm sorry. A blowout's got to be 3 scores.
If, at least.
Yeah. A blowout's got to be 3 scores, Jeremy. Let's start right there. But second, you've got people who are you've got people who. Why is my laptop dying? It's plugged in. I'll replug it in here in just a second. You've got people who are, well, these guys haven't played down there. It's the new staff. They don't know to be afraid. They don't have any fear of Jordan-Hare Stadium. And like, I don't really think Jordan-Hare Stadium is haunted. I'm never in that category. I just think that okay, there it's charging. I have no idea. Like, I'm never in the it's haunted, it's voodoo.
It's a hard place to play.
Right, it is. And they're playing like
they get up for this game. Alabama does not get up for this game.
Exactly. They're playing for bowl eligibility, and they're playing to ruin your dadgum lives. They're playing to hold this over your head for the next 365. We ruined your season.
The Iron Bowl means so much more to the Auburn football team than it does to the Alabama team, and has for 10 years.
Yeah, so I'm pretty concerned with this week. I'm concerned when I put on the Auburn offense, and I don't necessarily think like their offensive line's not good. Their offensive line is just not good, but they have 3 mobile quarterbacks, and they're going to play Ashton Daniels.
We'll see all 3 of them.
Yeah, you will. You'll end up seeing Ashton Daniels to start, and you'll probably mix in Jackson Arnold and Deuce Knight. Deuce Knight having a monster game against Mercer.
I mean, what, it was 21-17 at half?
Yeah, but then he ended up having a pretty nice little game. I saw
that first touchdown scramble, first play from scrimmage. That was nice.
Yeah, let's see what he actually ended up with. Deuce Knight ended up box score right there. 15 of 20, 239 yards, 2 touchdowns, and then he rushed 9 times, 162 and 4. So he ended up with that's 41 and 60 is 100, 101, 3. 401, 401 and 6 touchdowns, 401 all-purpose yards and 6 touchdowns. Is pretty nice.
Pretty good.
Yeah, 6 against Mercer. Come on, it's against Mercer, but 400 some odd 400 yards from scrimmage and 6 touchdowns is pretty good in my opinion.
It was a really, really good tryout for the next team that he's going to play for.
Well, unless they get the right coach and we're going to up your NIL, buddy. We're moving on we're bringing Ashton Daniels back next year.
Yeah.
Oh, man. They're going to miss out on great.
Yes, they are.
They're going to miss out on great in favor of good. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Well, anything else on this Alabama Eastern Illinois game that you got? Because I don't want to close this tab out before we move on from it. I've got the box score sitting up there. You have Marshall Pritchett, one of your favorites.
Yeah, getting involved a little bit.
All right, one of your favorites, looking good, leading the team in receptions.
I mean, I don't really have much else other than I was not impressed with what I saw from your actual starters in this game.
Yeah,
and I think that this team.
Well,
is,
Joe,
is
you
on
know
a
they're
downward
taking it.
trend.
They're not taking it serious. Well, they should.
Well, they should. Yeah, they should be. If they're not taking it serious, they don't belong in the college football playoff.
They're taking the week
We're
off.
11 games into the season.
It's the FCS opponent. They don't have to take it serious.
We'll see.
Everything
We'll see how that attitude holds up next week in Jordan-Hare.
Everything that Brack said, last week about let's build confidence, let's see the ball, go through the air, let's move some guys off the line of scrimmage. That's what you need to do in games like this. I don't really think you accomplish that goal at all.
No, I think if anything, Ty's confidence is worse out of this leaving this game than it was going.
Yes, exactly. And you are trying, golly, I don't know that. I'm sure that he had nice moments. When he looks in the mirror, he's got, I got nice moments against Oklahoma. I've got okay moments against LSU. But as far as confidence goes, he's not swagging around his living room like I just dominated these games because of these turnovers.
Yeah,
and then you turn the ball over twice against Eastern Illinois. It's like, my man's. Let's start to.
If he goes out and plays a real bad game against Auburn to close this season out. Is he playing himself out of being a draft pick?
Well, I don't think out of being a draft pick.
Out of being a first-round pick. Out of being a high enough pick to leave Alabama.
Maybe. I mean, you could.
It was week 6. We were locked in. All right, it's Simpson or Mendoza, QB1. He's going to be gone. It'll be Austin Mack, Keelan Russell quarterback competition next year. But here we are 5 weeks later, and I genuinely think there is a scenario where Ty Simpson plays himself out of being a high-end first-round pick, if he hasn't already.
I mean, the quarterback class isn't great, so you're still
Mendoza, Dante Moore if he goes.
Yeah, Dante. Yeah. They all say that Dante's coming back.
Yeah, that's what they say.
That's what they say.
You still got what's his name out there floating around injury, Drew Aller. He'll come back just in time for the combine and wow everybody.
Yeah, I'm big, I'm tall, I'm Caucasian. Everybody loves me. Oh yeah.
I don't know. Look, teams need quarterbacks and they will draft bad ones. So it's going to be tough to play himself out of being drafted just because, like I said, teams need quarterbacks. But he has looked bad basically since South Carolina.
Yeah, I said he's been on a downward trend. Yesterday, I said he's been on a downward trend since after the Missouri game.
Yeah,
but he had some nice throws against Tennessee. He did have some really nice, and he and Ryan hooked up pretty well on some nice occasions against Tennessee.
Nice moments.
But yeah, the South Carolina game that's 1, 2, 3, 4 games in a row over 5 weeks. He's what I conjectured yesterday is, does he have a busted thumb? Does he have somebody stepped on my toe? I've got a big black toenail that something tiny, something that wouldn't pop up on the injury report. Nothing that would make you think, he's missing time, but just a little something that's causing discomfort.
Yeah. It's possible.
I got a bruised rib or something, not broken obviously, but just
it's certainly possible. But until we find that out, all we can talk about is what we see on the field.
Yeah,
and it hasn't been great. It's been really average.
What do you think of Austin Mack and Keelan Russell? I didn't get much out of Hunter yesterday.
I didn't really. I didn't think there was a ton to take away. I only saw, I saw the scramble from Austin Mack for the touchdown. I think I saw one of his throws. Keelan again. Both of them have the way
tools.
It's just I don't know how to. You kind of just have to see it. They just look better playing quarterback than Ty does. I don't really know how to say it other than that, and that sounds mean, but it's just kind of the way I see it. They look better at the position than Ty Simpson does. The ball comes out of their hand with a little more zip. They got a little more oomph on the ball on the balls that they throw. It's just they look better at the quarterback.
Yeah, to me, they both look like, you guys have a lot of tools.
Yeah, I think that
you guys have a lot of tools.
It feels like Ty's reached his ceiling here, and Austin Mack and Keelan Russell are like still in the basement and their ceiling is 100 floors up in the air.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that because I think that Austin Mack and I think Keelan Russell both have lots of tools that make you excited.
I really don't want to see Austin Mack transfer.
I don't either. But like it's inevitable, right? Well, one of them is going to. You're going to bring in Jet Tamala. You'll bring in Taden Kawa probably.
Yeah.
And you'll just roll with 3. I hope that I'm selfishly wanting both because I like them both. I think they both can play.
I really do too.
Yeah. So
it's going to be hopefully a fun offseason.
Dramatic offseason. It'll be dramatic if nothing else. All right. Well, Alabama goes down to Jordan-Hare Stadium, 6:30. We're going to have Peter Radicus join us on Thursday. We will have a Thursday episode, but we're going to record it today. So all you guys who listen each and every day, we will give you something on Thursday morning. We'll probably have it rolling probably 7:30 or so is when I want to just go ahead and drop it so that you guys can have it while you're cooking your meals. We'll talk to Peter Radicus of AL.com about the Auburn Tigers. Just to tease you and set you up with that, Peter tweeting yesterday, Auburn quarterback Ashton Daniels has faced Kalen DeBoer once before, throwing for 367 yards and scoring 3 total touchdowns in a 42-33 loss to Washington in 2023. It still stands as Daniels' second best passing performance of his college career. Now, no Kane Womack on defense, so a little bit different there. But
yeah, I mean, it's a fun point to make, but when you kind of dig into it, it's likely a completely different situation.
Absolutely. I think it is a different situation. We talked to coaches yesterday. We talked to Coach DeBoer, Coach Womack, Coach Grubb for just a little bit. What do you make of this? I had a friend over the weekend who I had a Thanksgiving lunch with, and I said, well, I got to talk to the coaches on Monday. They said, why don't you ask them what their favorite Thanksgiving side is? I was like, I'm not going to do that.
That's a TV question.
Right. I'm not going to do that. But no, I did. I asked a football question, and then I was like, oh, and off the wall, what's your favorite Thanksgiving side? So all 3 coaches handled this differently. Mm-hmm. I ask a football question. It starts with Coach Womack. And you only get the microphone one time, so I combine it all. I ask a football question. Oh, and what's your favorite Thanksgiving side? Coach Womack, XYZ, Cam Coleman this, Singleton that, yada, 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 tough receiving core, very hard to guard, 2 different skill sets, got to be on your P's and Q's, XYZ, and then didn't even just deadpan ready for the next question. No acknowledgement of Thanksgiving at all.
Football's his favorite side.
That's right. Ryan Grubb, XYZ football question, and what's your favorite side? And he ended up going with he gave a pretty boring answer to, I asked about what the steps that Alabama took forward in the running game, and gave a decent, just communicate it better, just communicate it. And then he goes, and I mean, it's not a side, but it's probably pecan pie. I was like, all right, pecan, whatever, it doesn't matter. But good choice, really good choice.
Yeah, can't go wrong with it.
And then I asked Coach DeBoer, football question plus what's your favorite Thanksgiving side? He goes, well, I like just the normal Thanksgiving spread. This the regular stuff is just what I like. And then gave me a very boring football answer on AK Deer. And AK Deer, he's doing good. We like him. He's having a good year. He's growing. Mm-hmm. Oh, thanks, Coach. Just funny. Just
How
funny.
hard is it to just throw food out there, Coach? Just say mac and cheese.
I like them all.
Just say mashed potatoes.
Right.
Just say I like turkey. Like, it's not hard.
So
not everything has to be political, and you don't have to. You got to get under any. You can take a stance on something, Coach.
Just whatever served is my favorite.
He gets on my nerves.
Just anything.
He drives me insane. He's worse than Coach Saban was with that. Like Coach Saban would have answered your question.
Coach Saban would have given me the biggest eyebrow in the world,
and he would have been
cranberry sauce.
Yeah. But he would have answered it.
Right. He would have been upset that he'd have to waste some time thinking about it. But just funny way that all 3 of them, and so some of my friends off to the side. Well, it's a good sign if the defensive coordinator doesn't know it's Thanksgiving week, doesn't acknowledge it's Thanksgiving week. 34 yards his unit allowed. I mean, I know good. Eastern Illinois, bleeping horrible. But
regardless,
2 first downs.
Shutout is Gaither. Shutout big. I mean, it was like we've said for 3 weeks that you have a championship defense. It's can Ty keep up?
How amazing is it to you, or how wild is it to you that you've got this championship level defense? At the beginning of the year, you're thinking, wow, this defense horrible. They have 230 yards to Florida State.
We've done a 180 this year.
Right. The next week or the next 2 weeks against the offense just absolutely rips up the ULM and Wisconsin. 2 bad football teams. Oh, wow, this offense is amazing.
Yeah.
Ty's a Heisman Trophy winner. You've got 3 wide receiver ones. Man, I don't know if you have 1 wide receiver 1 right now. Just to have the 2 units flipping. And what can you do to get the offense back on track, Mason?
Ooh. That's a question for somebody that makes a lot more money than I do. I truly don't know at this point. I really thought you'd be able to do it against Eastern Illinois, like we kind of talked about with Brax, like just seeing things be run the right way and seeing them work and seeing your timing work. It like that goes a long way, just kind of running through the motions and doing it correctly. But they didn't get any of that in this game. They did not get meaningful reps in this game. Like this was a practice, basically. Let's all call it what it was. And you didn't get meaningful practice reps against Eastern Illinois because you kept messing things up so much. So I don't know how you fix it. I mean, you have to just stick with Ty. You have to keep giving him opportunities downfield. You have to keep drawing up plays where you can take these shots downfield and try to connect on them, because I do think it's a bit of a confidence thing at this point where I don't think he really believes in his own arm. I don't think a lot of the receivers believe in their own hands. I don't. You just gotta keep the foot on the gas, I guess, and just keep pushing, keep trying to throw things at the wall and see what sticks. I don't think the run game is necessarily going to be what does it, but maybe you're able to rely on that in this game. Who knows? I again, like I said, I doubt it against Auburn's defensive front. I think that's probably the strength of their team, but we will have to see. I truly don't know how you fix the offense at this point.
All right, so let's just wrap this football conversation up with a little bit of the overview, looking at the team stats for the year. Auburn, for total offense, Auburn is at 11th in the conference, averaging 27.3 points per game. Alabama 6th in the conference, 33.8. Great. Auburn scoring defense is 7th in the conference at 20.09 points allowed per game. Alabama 2nd in the conference, allowing 16.18 points per game. We'll go to the rushing numbers. Alabama's offense, Auburn. Yeah, we're looking at Auburn. Auburn's rushing offense is 7th in the conference, the SEC, at 179.09. Alabama 13th in the conference, 123.23 rushing yards on the ground offensively. Defensively, rushing yards, Auburn is allowing the 4th fewest rushing yards in the conference at 94 yards per game, just behind Oklahoma, Georgia, and Texas. Alabama, 9th in the conference, allowing 121.8 yards per game. Passing-wise, the Auburn Tigers have the worst passing offense in the conference at 191.45 yards per game. Passing wise, that's what you get when you're mixing in when you got 3 quarterbacks, you ain't got one. 191.45 for last in the conference, 16th. Alabama still 3rd in the conference in passing yards per game, 292.45. Defensively, the Auburn Tigers are 11th in the conference at 239.64, allowing 240 yards per game in the air. Alabama 1st in the conference in passing defense, only allowing 148.64 yards per game. Maybe this is where you can find some confidence. Get Auburn into some 3rd and longs and put that last place passing offense against the 1st place passing defense in the conference.
Deuce Knight will just scramble out for 10.
Oh,
Jackson Arnold
don't say it.
10.
Don't say it.
Scramble out for 10.
Justin Jefferson and Bray Hubbard can be cracking some heads trying to follow some quarterbacks. Sacks allowed. Alabama, Auburn in sacks allowed last in the conference, allowed 41 sacks this year. So they're allowing 41 sacks last in the conference. Alabama, how many sacks do you think the Crimson Tide have allowed?
I'm going to say you're firmly in 8th place.
Yeah, very close. 7th place at 20 20 sacks allowed. So you've allowed, if you're unhappy with Alabama's pass protection, just know Auburn is doubly worse. It's twice as bad.
I would like to know how many of Auburn's were directly Jackson Arnold's fault.
Oh, probably a good bit. Yeah, probably a good bit. Sacks by defensive sacks. Auburn, where are you at? Auburn is 6th in the conference in sacks in sacks produced. 28 sacks total.
All overtime.
28 sacks in 11 games. Alabama 10th in the conference in defensive sacks gained, 23. So 5 less sacks by Alabama's defense. Let's keep going. Interceptions. The Auburn Tigers have 11 interceptions on the year defensively. Alabama 9 interceptions. Ty, just protect the daggum football.
Hadn't been able to for the last few
Oh,
weeks.
my gosh. Protect the daggum football. That's going to be the name of the game here. First down conversion rate. Let's see. I don't care about total first downs because that's a skewed stat. I'm looking for third down. That's what I want. Third down conversion. Auburn Tigers are 13th in the conference, converting at 38%, basically 39%, 38.7%, 39% conversion rate for the Auburn Tigers. Alabama, 3rd in the conference, converting third downs at 49%, basically 48.99. So really, really good. I mean, pretty good.
Yes, but when you also consider that the only thing Alabama has been able to do this year is complete 8 to 12-yard passes, it kind of makes sense. You're constantly getting out of it 3rd and 8.
Third down tie right there. Let's see. Defensively, the Auburn Tigers are allowing they're 9th in the conference in third down percentages allowed, 36%. They've given up 36%. Arkansas is the worst at 45%. Alabama is 4th in the conference, allowing 33% of opponents for third downs. We don't care about 4th down conversions because there's so few of them. I do want to see how many they've gone for. Let's see. Total, the Auburn Tigers have gone for 20 total 4th down attempts.
They'll go for that many on Saturday.
Yeah, Alabama's gone for 27 on the year. So there we go. Penalties is my last tab here. Penalties. The Alabama is 3rd in the conference with only 53 penalties. Auburn, where you at? 11th in the conference, 83 penalties for the Auburn Tigers. Alabama has benefited off 62 opponent penalties, and Auburn has benefited from 61 opponent penalties. So both teams playing similarly. And then time of possession, Alabama is at 2nd in the conference, while Auburn is at 8th in the conference, averaging almost 30 minutes per possession, 29-47. Alabama at 32-60. So pretty negligible margin right there.
I remembered. I have to take a victory lap on this show today.
Please.
And I don't want to backtrack us, but I will just a little bit. You know who got into the game on Saturday?
Peter Notaro
nailed that extra point. That was the best extra point I've seen all season. Got to get this guy in the game. He's a difference maker. What do you think about Connor Talty coming out to the booze? We didn't really talk about that, but it just triggered my mind there. I got to be honest. Bad look for the fans. Great look for Connor Talty to come out there and just all right and smiling through it all. I think he handled it well. That was on the extra point after the missed field goal, Kurt, right?
Well, he missed
the field goal. They booed him, and then he came back out for an extra point, and they booed him real hard. And I think that was when I noticed he was okay. Giving them doing the gladiator thing.
He did that after the missed field goal.
Okay,
he put his head down for a second and then realized what's happening and did a little.
Okay,
give it to me just a little bit. It's fine. I
think it's a fine way I think it's an appropriate way to respond for him. I still don't. I'm still maybe on the side that he's not the most well-liked person on the team, just given the way he reacted after the missed field goal the week prior. But yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. Bad look for the fans, though. You never boo your own players, especially not at home. We're not the Eagles.
Yeah, and
we're not Philadelphia.
As much as you want to boo, and I understand the feeling,
sure,
but these are your guys, and
this guy's your classmate.
Right. These are your guys.
You might see him on Wednesday.
And I think, as much as I want to mother bleep the kids that hang around this show when they mess up, I find it much more effective to be like, "Hey, so what's going on with you, man? Oh, you slept, you were up late last night studying instead, or oh, you were partying with your friends because you haven't partied in 6 weeks and you've been going really hard, and oh, something bad has happened in your personal life." It's like you just put your arm around and like I'm not putting Theo's business out there, but he was late for like 3 shows in a row, and on like the 4th one, I was like, "Hey man, what's up with this?" And ever since I have A spot on, A plus, and like these are your guys. Like you want to, as much as they want to bring out the feeling of you gotta, you suck, I hate you. It's like maybe a little encouragement will get them back on track.
Yeah.
So like with college kids, it's like, hey, let's just overly. I mean, sorry to say it, but I think I think I am fragile. I think most of us are fragile, and so like, yes, I know I messed up. I didn't turn this in. Instead of you stink, you're the worst. We hate you. Get off my team. Okay, well, I need you on my team, and this is why. And come on, buddy, you can do it. I believe in you. You're on this team for a reason. It's a 28-yard field goal. Just put your head down, block out the noise.
Yeah.
You hit it 1,000,000 times in practice already. And like, I get the feeling because you pull it again and you pull it left, and you're like, dude, what is wrong with you? What the heck is wrong with why can't you get this right,
man? You're saying, like you are pointing out. I think it is there's a lot more than just the motions of swinging your leg and connecting with the ball and putting it through the uprights. There's a whole mental aspect to it, and like you are not helping him whatsoever.
Exactly. That's the point. Like if you wanted to make the kick, and you all do, you need to be like, hey, it's all right. We're still with you, man. Come on, go get the next one. Get the next. Like Coach Oates is a great example. He's like, if it's an open 3-point shot, shoot it.
Man, I saw him shoot it. Yeah, he yelled at Keaton Bristow last night during one possession because he, hesitated and then ended up turning it over. And I saw him on the, shoot. And it was like, just shoot the ball. It's perfect.
We believe in you. Yeah. We're in the right spot. Believe it.
If you believe in you, we believe in you.
We need to get Connor taught. One thing that might help him is either earplugs to block out the noise, or like the horse blinders to where you can only look at where you're looking. And then, hey man, you have to look at the ball.
Can we get a green dot on him and just have someone like play some calming music in his ears before he goes in for a kick?
You have to look at the ball. Head down on the spot, my man. No, nothing else matters except that spot. You see where the holder's finger is? Don't take your eyes off that spot. And when you see him reach to catch it, that's when you go, eyes down on the spot, do what you do.
If we install a big black curtain that raises up over the student section before he kicks.
Oh, man. Yeah, bad luck for the fans, in my opinion.
I didn't love that.
And I get the frustration is warranted, but you got to handle it. Like, you are 1/12 of this equation.
Yeah.
Yes, there's 11 players, but you are the 12th piece of this equation, and you got to help them out.
I could have maybe given them some credence if this had been a different opponent, and you are in a 3-point game, and it's like, okay, Connor Talty's missed 3 field goals already. We need him to go out there and hit the game winner. Misses it again. I might give you a little slack there.
Sure,
but you're playing Eastern Illinois in a game that means nothing on a day that really means nothing. Like it just take it easy, folks.
Come on, Connor. Yeah. Let's go.
That's 3-1.
3-1. You're my guy, dude. Let's go.
They are going to need him in this Iron Bowl, very likely.
Oh, yeah.
With the way this offense is trending, you're probably going to be kicking some field goals in this game.
Scary situation. All right, you want to move to basketball?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so we're going to move to basketball, but we want to remind everybody the program is brought to you by Purple Turtle Roofing. We're not just another contractor. We are your neighbor and your advocate when it comes to protecting your home or your business. With years of hands-on experience, top-tier certification, and a commitment to excellence, we've built a reputation as Alabama's go-to roofing solution. We specialize in residential roofing, commercial roofing, emergency storm repairs, full-on roof replacements, insurance claim support, and more. Call us at Purple Turtle Roofing, 877-787-6635 for your free roof inspection. My man Brax will come out and check out your roof. Make sure you're ready for Santa Claus. I know you got a lot of gifts that you've written your notes to the North Pole. You've sent it off. Well, Santa's coming 1 month away. You want to make sure your roof is ready for Santa's sleigh to land. That thing is heavy.
He does not pay for repairs either.
No, he's in and out. He's got all those reindeer, they're heavy, they're big boys, they're stomping on your roof. You want to make sure your roof's in good shape before they land. 877-787-6635 to get yourself ready for the holiday season. Purple Turtle Roofing. We'll talk to Brax tomorrow, and I can't wait to do that, get his opinion on maybe fixing this offense as they go into Jordan-Hare Stadium. But we appreciate Purple Turtle Roofing for sponsoring the program. Call them 877-787-6635. All right, let's do a little blitz here because Alabama lost last night to Gonzaga 85-95. And boy, I have been just wrong about this Bama basketball team. I picked them to win against Purdue. They lose. I picked them to lose against Illinois. They win. I picked them to win against Gonzaga, and they lose. And rebounding. Can you get a dadgum defensive rebound? One defensive rebound. Alabama giving up 20 offensive rebounds to 25 second chance points. They lose the second chance points by 15. By 15, because they did. I mean, give them credit on their offensive end. 13 offensive rebounds for 10 second chance points. You lose it by 15. You go 61% from the free throw line, 14 of 23, and you lose a game that is winnable. You lose a game that you are ahead. Your last lead was at 71-69, 7 minutes left in the second half. So you are in the game. You're down 3 at halftime. You're in the game. You haven't shot well. You can't rebound worth a flip. You're still in the game for, 13 more minutes or so. You retake the lead. You go on your own 10-0 run, but you cannot close it out because you just either don't have the bodies, don't have the toughness, don't really know what the deal. Like, I'm not a basketball coach. Nate Oates is sitting there in press conference afterwards again saying, well, it's just a rebounding issue. We got to decide if we want to be tough. We wanted to decide if we want to get a body on a body. Taylor Bowen, 2 points, 4 rebounds on the day, fouls out. My mans, we're going to need you. We're going to need you to play with more discipline and play with more toughness. And hopefully score more than 2 dadgum points. Not a night where I'm walking away feeling great about the Tide, but when you look at it under a microscope, you think, okay, it's not that bad. You're 2-2 against the top, against these 4 top 10 teams, top 15 teams, whatever your metric is that you want to look at. You're 2-2 as you're integrating all these new parts. You're not even healthy. Jaleel Bethea warming up last night in shoot around, not really that active, but more active than you might think he would be at this point. So that's a good sign. You're going to get guys more healthy. The team's going to be adding pieces, but man, just a frustrating night because this was a game that Alabama could have won. But Tyon Grant-Foster, 7 rebounds, really got after it. You had Graham Ike, really got after it, 21 points, 11 rebounds. Those 2 guys really just hurt you all night long. Really frustrating game, Mason.
Yeah, you said it. I know, you said we are not basketball coaches on this show. We do not know the exact X's and O's of the college basketball game, not like Nate Oates does by any means. But it really does seem like it just boils down to simply, do you want to play physically or not? When this team does play physically, they look like one of the best teams in the country. When they don't, they still look pretty dang good, but you can't beat the best teams in the country because they're just a little better than you. It's just so frustrating. And I know that it's probably very difficult to get up and play that way, night in, night out for this many games a season. I'm sure that that's hard, but you've got to, you have baked in games against weaker opponents on your schedule. To me, you've just got to use your best performances in these games. These are not the games where you need to be not as physical. And I don't know what the issue is, but it's just, it's so frustrating that they just seemingly took a night off and they were like, yeah, tonight we don't have to rebound that hard. We don't have to dive for loose balls tonight. We don't have to work inside and try to make things happen in the paint. It was just like, okay, we can take the night off.
So pretty frustrating night for Alabama basketball. Despite, a lot of good too.
Aiden, despite that, you were still
right. 29 points, a new career high for LeBaron Philon.
LeBaron is awesome.
Doesn't get a single rebound,
sure.
but 7 assists, and was really keeping Alabama in the game.
Yeah.
Houston Millette, tough night for Houston. 0 for 2 from the floor, 2 rebounds, really not much else on 26 minutes. So tough night. You didn't have Latrell last night. That's going to help you.
That would help your shooting. The shooting was rough as overall. I think you hit some big shots and some big moments, but overall, the shooting was not great. What did you finish? You 9 for 29.
Yeah, 9 for not hot.
Latrell, I think, certainly helps you probably hit a few more of those. Look, this team needs to be healthy, and they need to just play with maximum effort, and then they can compete with anybody. It is not a skill issue here between Alabama and Gonzaga. It was an effort issue.
Yeah, Aiden Sherrill had some moments last night where I thought, oh, you're coming along, but also had some moments where, oh, you're still MIA. You're still struggling to know where to go.
I mean, there were so many possessions where he has a defensive rebound in his hands and it just gets ripped from him because he doesn't secure it.
I got to get him one of two of these little, those vice grip things.
Yeah,
get him 2 of them just to vice grip all day long. Get those forearms, get those fingers, get those hands strong.
On the offensive end too, with him, he did do some things well. He had some nice moves underneath. I think he hit a big 3 at one point.
No threes for him last night.
He missed the 1 3. Yep. Okay, but regardless, did some things well. But you are almost a 7 foot tall giant out there. Go up to the damn rim with some strength. He goes so soft to the rim every single time.
Finesse.
It is
bunny hop finesse.
What are you doing, Sherrill? You are, golly, you're bigger than almost everyone on the court.
Bunny hop finesse.
It's like he's scared of the rim.
Yeah, so tough night, I guess. Because look, hard to expect them to win each and every night, but just when you watch the game and you're thinking, come on, you're so close. You're so close. It's the same issue that you faced against Gonzaga. They put a shot up. You're like, great, you had a good defensive possession. They got a weird shot. It's not a great shot. Ball clanks off the rim. Big man pulls down a board, puts the ball back up, or kicks it out. And, they got a second shot, and it was so much better than the first, and it's a point.
The free throws, too, were, maybe you want to pull my hair out.
Gonzaga wasn't much better from the free throw line, 19 of 26. So they made 5 more free throws than you. They got to the line 3 more times, 73% for them. Alabama, 61% from the free throw line. Alabama has been a pretty good free throw shooting team through the first handful of games, four games, last night being the 5th.
I think it was the timing of the misses that were that hurt the most.
Yes.
You get into the 1-and-1 there, and you just can't convert anything once you get there.
That, and you got Gonzaga making the first shot, missing the second, but pulling down the offensive rebound and getting another look at it, just taking point. Guys, the defensive possession is not over until the ball's in your hands. Please, and thank you.
Oh man, it is just play hard. You saw what happens when you play hard. You beat teams like Illinois. You beat teams like St. John's. We see what happens when you don't play hard. You lose to Purdue in a game you could have won, and you lose to Gonzaga in a game you still could have won. It's infuriating.
So you're that close to being you're that close to having a perfect record and to have a resume better than anybody else.
You'd be number 1 in the country right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're sitting here a little frustrated, but take 2 steps back and take a deep breath and realize, okay, you're right there. You're right there for high level competition. Lurch out there. Lurch, 4 minutes, 0 for 2, no rebounds, no assists, no blocks, no steals. Thankfully, no turnovers this time for Lurch. But
I think you just missed on him. I think you just missed. You take chances. You take flyers on guys out of the transfer portal sometimes. And sometimes you just miss. And I think Alabama, unfortunately, just missed with the evaluation of Noah Williamson.
You just need to go warm up the end of that bench, sir. Sir. Yeah. Keep the water flowing.
If somebody gets hurt, we'll give you a call. But until then, you will see at practice.
How many cups of coffee is it going to take tonight? Alabama playing UNLV, 11 p.m.
It's going to be tough. I foresee Melissa goes to bed about 8:30, 9 o'clock. Mason hits a 9 o'clock nap and then wakes up in time for tip off.
Yeah, I kind of do as well. I've got a Bears podcast at 8, so I'm probably going to nap 5 to 7, somewhere in that range.
This will be a nice late afternoon, evening nap before the game, probably.
UNLV lost last night to Maryland, 74-67. our friend Nas Cunningham got 5 minutes of action, scored 4 points, no rebounds, no blocks, no assists, no nothing. So 2 free throws for Nas Cunningham, former Alabama player. Mr. Kenny Pomeroy has UNLV as the 102nd best team in the country. So not so hot. They are 74th in offensive efficiency, 148th in defensive efficiency, 12th in pace. So they'll try to run with you, Alabama, but it should be a good night for the Tide. 8th in offensive efficiency now, dropped from 37 to 52 in defensive efficiency, and move back up to 6th in pace. So 17th overall in the Kenny Pomeroy ratings, and you should have a nice bounce back night against an inferior opponent.
You should.
You should.
You certainly should. You certainly should. It's all going to rely on whether or not the messaging from Nate Oates last night got through to this team.
Ken Palm predicting a 96-83 win for Alabama. So we'll see what they can give, what they can do tonight.
You certainly match up well size-wise.
Right. They're 6'8", 6'1", 6'0", 6'7".
You got 1 7-footer on the team. Everybody else is 6'9" or below.
Their most used lineup is really all below 6'10". Their 7-footer doesn't play.
Here we go.
Do they have a 7-footer? Or who is
I'm
it?
looking at Emmanuel Stephen, sophomore from Nigeria.
Okay.
This is just on ESPN. I don't know.
Yeah, Ken Palm shows that he has not played this year, is what it looks like.
Okay, yeah.
So there we go.
Did
he play last
he's played
night?
3 total minutes.
Did not play last night. So come on, fix those rebounding issues tonight. Go up and get it. Alabama's going to take on UNLV. I'm going to stick with Ken Palm's prediction. I'll take a 13-point win, and we'll just watch it, see if Alabama can bounce back.
I think that's probably a pretty good prediction. I like you said, this is just a team that kind of like it's just a team that's worse than Alabama. You're not playing a Gonzaga again in this one. You should be able to, regardless of what we see from the rebounding and from the presence in the paint, probably win this game pretty easily.
How prepared after 5 games do you feel for SEC play? I'm ready.
Yeah, I think they're feeling pretty good. I think this team has to be ready for SEC play at this point.
Bring it on, LSU, South Carolina,
yeah.
Georgia, Tennessee. We're ready for you. After playing toe-to-toe with Gonzaga, Purdue, beating St. John's, beating Illinois, I'm already ready for January.
Is the rest of the SEC ready for Alabama?
No.
Is that $20 million, $30 million Kentucky roster ready for Alabama?
Seems like everybody said, "Ooh, I can make a lot of money from Kentucky." Hey, Kentucky, I'm considering you, but I might stay here. They're offering me XYZ. Will you offer me ABC? Yeah, we will. Come on.
I saw a Kentucky fan tweet out a side by side of the way that they think that they spent the money for the current lineup they have. Just I guess all of their message board talk and everything. The way that they've kind of divided this money up in their heads, and then the way that they could have done it, and it was like, we could have gotten this guy for this much. We could have gotten this guy. And it's just like, what are y'all doing? Come on, folks. What are you
making up numbers to make themselves feel good because nobody knows the actual numbers.
Oh, man.
So Alabama taking on UNLV tonight. There'll be a third Players Era Festival game that's kind of to be determined. And I asked Hunter how they were determining it, and Hunter was a little confused. Not to say that he was wrong, but he was like, it's really hard to tell. It's going to be off record and point differential and X, Y, Z, and all kinds of stuff. So we'll find out who Alabama plays third in the Players Era Festival. I'm already looking to December 13th, BJCC, Alabama, Arizona. That looks like the next big, humongous matchup for Alabama. Is there another humongo matchup before that? Let's see. That's the next one that I know of off the top of my head. That's next Saturday. Alabama, UNLV. You roll Tide. I love you so much. Clemson, ACC Challenge, ACC SEC Challenge on December 3rd. And you get UTSA. That's Austin Claunch coming into town. And then it is that that Arizona game right there in Birmingham. So a couple more big ones before you play Arizona. UNLV tonight to be determined either Wednesday or Thursday. Clemson, UTSA, and then Arizona. That's going to be a monster matchup right there in the BJCC. I don't even want to look at the tickets on SeatGeek because I imagine that's going to be really expensive on December 13th, 8:30 p.m. on ESPN. It's going to be a huge, huge game. as we welcome Jaden Bradley back into the state of Alabama. But it's going to be a lot of fun tonight. We'll see if Alabama can bounce back right there in Las Vegas. We'll see if you can stay up late for it. We'll stay up late for it. We'll talk to Brax Garrison tomorrow on the program. We're going to talk to Peter Radicus on Thursday, AL.com. Give us all the Auburn Tigers inside scoop. What you seeing?
$50. You can get in.
Oh, buy them now. Buy them now. Buy them right now.
They're up at the top. They're not great seats, but $50 will get you in.
Buy them right now. That's a heavyweight fight. That is
Just work your way down.
Elite Eight type matchup, Final Four type matchup. So you can see that right there in your backyard in Birmingham.
You could sit pretty close to the action for $275.
All right, that's not horrible. Absolutely, that's a lot of fun. So.
Shout out to BACC.
We'll have a lot of fun as we continue on the week. We have a lot of fun with you. Big thanks to Purple Turtle Roofing. You can call us on the voicemail line at 205-462-7340, extension 800 if you want to talk about this basketball team. If you want to talk about the Iron Bowl or anything else that's on your mind, leave us a voicemail. Leave us a comment at Joe Gaither 6, at MAWoods_, and at BamaCentral.com. We'll talk to you tomorrow right here on BamaCentral, BamaCentral.com.